Most people believe they're only one solution away from becoming a new person. They say, this time I'll do it. This time I'll finally lose the weight, start the business, change my habits, move cities, or break the cycle. And for a short while, they mean it. The excitement is real. The commitment feels really strong. But then they slip back. They ghost their own goals. They start negotiating with themselves. Oh, I'll start again on Monday. Maybe next month. Maybe next year. And suddenly they're back where they began. And here's the painful truth. Most people never escape this loop. Why is that? Why do so many people start strong only to fall back into old patterns? And what separates the small percentage of people who actually transform, who stick to their word, who change their lives permanently from the rest? Hi, I'm Marina Popper, founder of the AP Method, and if you're ready to do life, love, and success in a way that actually gets you results, then this channel and this video is for you. Because what we're about to do is unpack the psychology and neuroscience of change, and more importantly, the reason most people don't change. And by the end of this video, you won't just understand why you've been stuck before. You'll know what it takes to finally break free. So let's start here. You've had moments where you were motivated. You set the alarm, you wrote the plan, you told yourself, this is it. Maybe you even made progress for a few days or maybe a few weeks. But then the resistance crept in. You told yourself you were tired or it wasn't the right time or you'd catch yourself up later. That resistance isn't laziness, it's your brain's survival wiring. The human brain is designed for homeostasis, keeping everything the same. Change equals threat. Your nervous system doesn't care if you're trying to get healthier or wealthier. It only cares about one thing, safety. And safety is sameness. That's why transformation feels so hard. You're not just fighting old habits, you're fighting biology. But here's where it gets interesting. Studies in behavioral psychology shows that both the people who quit and the people who succeed face the exact same obstacles. They both feel fear. They both lose motivation. They both doubt themselves. The difference is not in what they face. The difference is in how they respond. The quitters interpret discomfort as a stop sign. The transformers interpret discomfort as a green light. Think about that. The signal is the same. The meaning is different. Carl Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Most people never do this. They quit because they're being run by hidden beliefs. I'm not good enough. People like me don't succeed. I'll be rejected if I change. These are unconscious programs, and until you expose them, they'll always pull you back. This is where the work of Joe Dispenza comes in. He teaches that by age 35, 95% of who we are is a set of memorized behaviors, beliefs, and emotions. 95%, which means when you try to change, it's like a conscious 5% of you battling against a 95% subconscious program. And this is why setting goals isn't enough. It's why writing affirmations or downloading habit trackers won't stick unless you address the deeper wiring itself. Now, I want to share a story from my own life because I know this feeling very, very well. For years, I told myself I'd move to a new city. I hated feeling stuck in my small town. I wanted more opportunity, more energy, more life. And I said it again and again. I'm going to move. I'm going to move. But nothing happened. I stayed. I made excuses. I told myself the timing wasn't right. Then eventually I did move. But within months, I went back. I reverted because my subconscious beliefs were still wired to my old identity. I hadn't actually transformed. I had just forced a temporary change. But later, when I truly confronted my fears, rewired my beliefs, and integrated a new identity, the change actually stuck. I didn't just move, I stayed. I finally became someone who lived differently. That's the difference. And that's what this video is here to give you. The blueprint to stop bouncing back and finally become the person you've always known you could be. So let's get into it. The first key is identity over goals. Most people chase goals. Lose 10 pounds, earn more money, find love. But goals don't last because they're external. True change comes when you shift identity. When you stop saying, I want to be healthy, and start saying, I am a healthy person. Why does this matter? Well, because your brain is wired for identity consistency. Once you believe something about yourself, your brain will work tirelessly to prove it true. That's why the smoker who says, I'm trying to quit, usually fails, but the smoker who says, I'm not a smoker, has already won. Now, here's the suspense, because identity shifting sounds simple, but it's not quite so. To change the identity, you must expose the unconscious beliefs that kept the old one locked in place. This is the part most people skip, and it's exactly why they stay stuck. Which brings us to the second key, making the unconscious conscious. What are the excuses you always use? I don't have time, I don't have money, I'll start later. Now, where did those excuses come from? Who gave you those beliefs? Was it your parents, your teachers, your culture? Are they even yours? This reflection matters because once you see the program, you can rewrite it. You're not your past, you're not your conditioning, you are not your old identity unless you keep letting it run on autopilot. Now, before we go any deeper, I just want to pause here for a second and remind you, if you're getting value from this video and you're enjoying my content, please like and subscribe and comment and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos from me. It also helps me grow the channel and get these messages out to as many people as possible who also need it in their own transformation journey. And here's the third key, leaning into discomfort. Neuroscience called this neuroplasticity. It's your brain's ability to rewire itself. But neuroplasticity only activates under challenge. If you stay comfortable, your brain stays the same. If you want to rewire, you must step into the unfamiliar, and that feels uncomfortable. The people who quit see discomfort as danger. The people who transform see it as the exact signal of progress. And here's where NLP comes in. One of the most powerful tools in neuro-linguistic programming is reframing. By changing the meaning you give discomfort, you change your entire response to it. This is scary becomes this is growth. That single reframe can change your entire trajectory. So let me ask you, where in your life are you misinterpreting growth as danger? Where are you quitting when you should be leaning in? Because here's the truth. Every transformation has a discomfort threshold. If you can move through it, you become unrecognizable. If you can't, you stay stuck in the loop. Now, let's bring this together with one final point. True transformation isn't about chasing goals. It's about three things: identity shift, unconscious integration, and leaning into discomfort. That's the trifecta. Miss one and you'll revert. But master them and you'll never be the same. And here's what I want you to do right now to anchor this. Start with your values, because transformation without alignment is empty. You can force habits and grind through goals, but if they don't align with who you truly are, you'll achieve them only to feel hollow. That's why I created the Discover Your Values workbook. It's completely free and you can download it instantly with the link in the description. And I promise you, this isn't fluff. This is the foundation of real transformation. When you know your values, you stop chasing what doesn't matter. You stop sabotaging. You finally have clarity on your true north. And if you want to take this even deeper, you can also join me in my live workshop in Birmingham in September. You can also join the waitlist for the Freedom Formula program, which is launching very, very soon. Or if you're ready for one-to-one coaching, you can book a free discovery call with me today. All the links are in the description. And here's one final word. Most people never change because they keep trying to push new behavior on top of an old identity. But if you shift identity, expose the unconscious, and lean into discomfort, you'll not only change, you'll transform. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.